Oh, there we are. Now we're in Verdania. We know far too little of the Sylphs to delay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the Scions. It's more if we are able to. All big part into the terrible habit of mind to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? Hail, adventurer. I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the Twin Adders? Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disrupt you, but our business brings us here today. Yodam, Papalumo. Always a pleasure to see the two of you. The men tell me the requests in the name of the Scions of late. Quite so, Commander. Little bit told us that the Twin Adder was in need of our venturing prowess. Aye, Little Bit's intrigued. No doubt you heard that we investigating the Sylphs. That curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the 12's wood home. The Sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch. Much of the delight of the elder Seer, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. This one adder is the same mind, just precisely is for the reason that our relation to the primal Rama has raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Should there be even a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the primal might disrupt the balance between Verdania and the Sylph tribe, is that a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry, indeed. But we strike at Rama or leave the Sylphs to their own ways. That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound with Verdania, but to listen only to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the Sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you Scions come in. The Sylphs of the Source remain untempered and have many a productive dialogue with the people. I would hear the combat through on the tempered brethren. I said I urge you to excuse due caution. Self-traditions and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have a cross-cultural faux pas get to the way of the productive party. En route to the Solus, you will come upon the Hawthorne Hort. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the Sylph's favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly player of the Sylphs. This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorne's hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departed from what shore prayer should take us straight there. A friendly prayer there? Indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you can say Papalumo. I don't know which way is actually quicker. I know either right would be quicker, but why it's taking so long is because of holiday event. As you can all see, there's a lot of people about. At a very dark at the base of this hill will carry you across the lake to the East Shroud. Once you're sure, head due east and you should find the Hawthorne Huts without much trouble. Let's cross to the other side. I don't think I need to repair my stuff. What's up here? Alright. Yeah, come on. I forgot I had a mount. I've been out this for so long, I don't... Go, got that. And the quest must be above us. Indeed, I am Elmer of the Twin Adder. I understand you are here to hunt, to learn of the solstice. For all their whimsy and they are very practically, since the Empire has come to the Shroud, earned their trust, however, and they'll be friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? We have, would you know more? You have to speak to the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the sylphs than I ever know. I'll tell you one thing, they're particular for how particular, yes? Well, let me tell you. Big pardon, friend, my memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my venturing days. It's all cluttered in my noggin. Now, I've shared my stories with these around the hut before. You might have more luck with them. Paint. You have the looks of one of those who has been more than in the fair share of danger. I am Florimond. A century of Jocelyn's Spire. Though you would be forgiven for the for imagining me a century of this hut. A solemn have I left in recent days. I sustained an injury, you see, and have been out of commission for some time. Anyway, my wood whalers comrades are about to commence a culling operation at the Brumbench, and the thought of them marching into jaws of danger while I languish here like a coddled babe is frankly too much to bear. I realize this is sudden, but might I trouble you to take part in the operation in my stead? If you would do me this favor, seek out Captain Unnude at Jocelyn's Spire. He will tell you all you need to know. The sylphs, yes, father told me his stories plenty of times, though I've always found most convenient in how the concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up like a mesh of glyphs. Squiggles in the chocobo scratches. Teehee. The quickest way to where worms are might be through their stomach, but I don't think they're trying to foster your foodstuffs on selves. They sustain themselves by bathing in sun, or so Rocklet once told me. The sylphs, just tricksters and trollmakers, what they are. One day they're drawing multiple faces on our masks, and the next they're sending out young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop, they just laugh at me. If it claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. Of course, hearing your stories, well, my stories, has brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings back together quite like a little toe tapping. Self told me long ago that dancing is a time-honored greeting amongst your kind. You do well to remember this. I just need help win the favor of our forced friends. Still here, eh? Great. There's one more thing. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you must bring what was again? My wife Rosa and I were just speaking of the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to at the comb. Her memory proves more reliable than mine. You're an adventurer, are you not? You have the same air about you as father. He used to be an adventurer like you, though he has long since retired. And now finds pleasure in welcoming travelers to this humble hut. We also serve hot meals to the brave men and women who protect our quarters. Small token of our appreciation for their efforts. Speaking of which, our meat stock is running perilously low yet again, and I must head into the realm of which to set traps, trap some game. Sorry to cut short conversation, but duty calls. No one else is going to. Oh, I do hate to impose, but why trouble you to take this box of hunting tools and lay the traps in my stead? It is for a good cause, as I mentioned. There are only so many hours in the day. You understand, and every bell I spend on this task should be a bell spent neglecting another. Oh, go up this hill. At least I get some potions. Those frightful snots tusked like undue spears, and the squealing, those dreadful squealing, a death hymn that haunts my dreams each night. why did I ever leave home to come here? Hail, adventurer, you're sharp-eyed. Mind tells me you're keen to prove yourself, and to your good fortune, I've a menial task ideal for one of your fair to middling abilities. Wild boars plague the bramble patch, and it's about time that someone culled the herd. Well, hop to it now. What brings you here, adventurer? Footamon's replacement, you say? And you are aware of the risks? Well, you do seem capable, sort. Task was to slay 6 black bats in the bramble patch. I take it you will not will now see to this. Very well, I wish you best of luck. I punched a bat. Oh, it's just a boring weevil. So I gotta punch bats and I gotta punch boars. Once again, I forgot I had Thank you, Eve, for so much. Now, all that remains is for us to wait, pray for a bountiful catch. I shall have the wood whalers check the traps on the morrow. They may then happy to do so, knowing that the meat will end up in their bellies, like as not. But I might be permitted to speak seriously for a moment. It's not an easy time for a frontier sentry. Fearsome beasts about in these parts, and there is an imperial threat besides. Thus am I glad that I, who cannot wield a sword, may yet play my part, be preparing meals, hearty meals, for those brave men and women who willingly endure hurts that some folk like me myself enjoy peace. Please, you have my vow. I will wear boarskin armor no more. I will strive before I partake in the tiniest morsel of salted pork. Just make them go away. Well, oh, the swine plague of the burns no more. Ah, thank you, friend. To speak the truth, I have been plagued by a dreadful phobia of these dust monstrosities in recent weeks. But I realize that it will not do. Just Inspire overlooks a hub of trade and military. Just shirk my duties would be a dishonor to the hero whose name the Spire bears. We have still no small measure of courage in me today, friend. For this I am grateful. Not doing any more side quests after I ask for a better substitute. At my gratitude now, as a risk of seeing brazen, I would ask you a favor of my own. Might you bear mention to formally for me? The lad is being overly hard on himself for his absence. Tell him that his fretting avails no one. He himself needs to fall. He serves the wood whalers best by getting back on his feet with all swiftness, and that requires peace of mind. Message from Captain Arnold. I see the captain speaks true. I must take a weight. A great weight has been lifted from my shoulders. As bade, I shall focus on my energies on recovery. The sooner to resume my duties, my thanks again, friend. Just give me the red paint. Peace offering for the sylphs. Were it anyone else, I recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that won't get you past their front door, dear. No, their tastes run more to the unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milk root? That which we call the root of the most fiendish seedkin, the uchu. When chewed, it excretes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the beer. You did not catch me dead trying this stuff, but the self seems to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen Ochu around Combe in quite some times, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day where you simulate somehow. More of this amber syrup, for example, you might find surprise which comes out. Good luck. You're back with my life able to direct you to a suitable offering. The thick white sap extruded from the Ocho root has the power to grant user wondrously terrible visions. Milk root, but of course, itself quaff the cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. And you wrote a gift of milk root will have the self's calling you friend and brother the moment they lay eyes on it. Now let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. I'm taking the liberty of wrapping your milk root well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from the god-awful stench. So slow stuff, but me, I rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the morbol that put an end to my venturing days. But I can tell you that story another time. Your much important matters to attend to today. Yes, the Sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know they're kind at heart. They're not shunned one whose intentions are true. May you probably be a fruitful one, friend. And do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of flour-full mead. Full flower mead with your name on it if you regale me with your adventuring tales. And if I forget, don't go tipsing off just yet. Levelin would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. There. I do not expect to do side quests, but I forgot that I wasn't going to be doing them until they got to my level. But I am very forgetful. Till next time.